Hey, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Mortgage Punk Show. Thanks for tuning into this episode. I've got a really special guest, but every time I get on the show, Tara, I always have a really special guest.
That's right.
But you're special, but everyone's special in like a super unique way. So we have a unique friendship and relationship that has been long lasting. Like it's been a while since we originally met. We've been talking about having you on the podcast for a
long time.
Not quite as long as we've known each other. So let me tell you something that's really cool and unique about Tara and myself in terms of just working together in partnership in business and in real estate. I would say that you are, I think, you and Jeff is Tara's husband. We'll talk about him more later. They are like a team. I think I've been working with you guys almost the longest.
Yeah, I think that's
almost
right.
the longest relationship.
Yes. Yep.
With a realtor partner.
Yes.
And I think we met, tell me if I'm wrong, but didn't we meet like in, I don't know, 2013?
Oh, the date. Yes.
14?
I think it was about 14 or 15.
Somewhere around there.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been pretty, it's been a long run. Fun run.
Yes.
And now we're neighbors.
Yeah, you're fun, all right.
And now we're neighbors.
Yes, we are. Yes.
So we live in the same neighborhood. Tara helped me get excited about that when we were shopping for lots. She's like, "Oh, let me tell you about this place."
Yep.
So anyhow, let me start with this question. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of your background, where you're from, and maybe a little short story on how you made it into real estate. Like, what was the road to real estate?
Oh
for Tara?
gosh, that's a lot.
Because how long have you been an agent now?
13
in
years.
13 years.
Yep, 13 years.
So that's about when I met you then.
Yeah. It was about a couple years
that
in.
you were that new, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to give us all that. You can give us as much detail as you would like.
I'm originally from Arizona.
Okay.
And
where home prices are stupid cheap.
No.
and where it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no seasons. Anyway, I moved here when I was about 23. So I was born and raised in Arizona and then moved to Wichita. And in high school, I remember wanting to be a realtor and thinking, there's no way I can do that. That's
really?
No, other people do that.
What did you see?
Me.
Like what triggered that?
I just always
see doing that?
I didn't see anybody then doing it. I just always loved properties. Not in an investment sense, but I loved houses and
no family members?
No.
Like no
my dad was a banker.
Construction or anything like that around housing?
My dad was a vice president of a bank, First Interstate Bank.
Okay.
And my mom was a stay-at-home mom. And anyway, so fast forward to moving to Wichita, I continued just doing regular odd jobs and always had it in the back of my head that real estate would be fun. And then...
But unattainable.
Yeah.
Why? Like what was going through your head to make you feel like it was out of reach?
Well, I do know now in hindsight that, and a lot of newer agents will say this too, I think, you do have to have a lot, if not just enough confidence in what you're doing, I suppose just like any job, in order to love it and actually do it well.
So like
and
knowledge,
be sustained.
like lack of knowledge, like I know nothing about this.
It seems overwhelming at first.
I see.
Because it is.
It is a lot.
It's overwhelming even when you know a lot and you've had a lot of experience. It's still super overwhelming.
Right.
But the more time goes by and the more you experience, the more you're able to...
You have confidence.
You're not worried about it, and then you can be yourself.
Right.
And
so you just felt overwhelmed by what it would take to gain all that knowledge to know how to do that.
Yeah,
right?
That and be the person actually guiding others in a home purchase. Because you think showing houses sounds real fun, right?
Right.
Like I said, at first I just loved houses. Well, there's a lot more to that.
Right.
There's a lot more than just showing houses. that's just a blip in what our job as realtors is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all fun and fabulous.
Right. There's a grind.
Yes. Yeah, you have to have a lot of grit.
Mm-hmm.
Is a word that I always think of. If you don't have that, and you don't know at first that you're going to have to push through, even when it's hard, you won't make it.
You get knocked over.
Yeah.
By the way, before I ask you the next question, I want to say congratulations to you because you just made the top 100 real estate agents in the Wichita market, which is a big deal. There's 2,500 agents in the roughly in the Wichita market, and Tara just made it in the top 100 this year, going into 26
for 2025.
For 2025,
yep,
she's in the top 100 out of 25 agents. That's 4%. So top 4% producer. Tara's definitely a rock star. This girl is a strong negotiator.
Yes.
And I
like
think
that
the
part.
grit piece of what you just said probably has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it does.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Can't let people push you around.
No, but sometimes you do have to let them push you around.
Is that something that is that something you feel like you're good at, or that you have always been like a way that you've been wired, or have you had to force yourself to start being that way in an uncomfortable?
It is really uncomfortable a lot of times. A lot of my personality is I like to give my opinion, especially when I'm helping somebody overcome something they're stuck on. Right? So when I have buyers who are maybe seeing 15 properties and they're still not there. They haven't found the one. I can tell probably in the first couple of houses we see that somebody needs to tell them what they're really looking for, or what they're really worried about, or what they're really wanting.
Well, that would be like leadership.
So part of this too, and I thought of this the other day. I was actually telling my newest team member, Ian DeWitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
What's up, Ian?
Super sharp. I want to say kid because he's 23.
Yes.
But he's very sharp. And he said, oh, that's just going to be really hard to tell them. But you have to do it. And what I said was, and it just kind of came to me, it's true, is they want somebody to tell them.
They do.
Buyers want somebody to tell them, this is what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you're thinking about this. I'm still looking out for you, but to your detriment is that thought. You need to do this instead.
Right.
And they're looking for someone to say that to them.
Otherwise, they don't need to hire you.
Right.
Why hire you
sellers
if they're not looking for an expert?
Right.
Right.
Especially as working with sellers, there's a lot of that where I have to say, okay, I know this is where you're coming from. I do understand I'm representing you still, but you have to think of it another way. And okay, I hadn't really thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So getting to the part where...
How did he respond? How did Ian respond?
He was like, well, you're right. They do. But he's newer. I think he's had his license about a year now. So he hasn't worked with a ton of people, which, by the way, that's normal. It's going to take you several years to build up clientele. I mean, clients. If you think you're going to have 10 clients your first year, that's really uncommon. It takes experience, but if you remember that buyers and sellers have hired you for a reason and they want you to guide them, take confidence in that.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And I hope anyone watching is encouraged by that, because I mean, it makes me think of when I'm at the doctor. Doctor better freaking know what. I don't want you to hem haw around it. Tell you. What do I got to do?
Yeah.
What's the problem? Just say it. I need to know, or I'm going to a different doctor.
In lots of detail.
So that's a really good point, Tara. I'm glad you made that, because I don't know if anyone's made that point on this show.
I've just learned it along the way.
But it's what makes you a valuable realtor. They're paying a commission. You're they should get that.
Yeah.
They should get an expert to tell them this is what you need to do. I can tell.
Right.
I've been listening to you guys.
Yes.
Here's the I know the market, right? Put the two
Yeah.
together. Here's what you need. And
you should know the market.
You're right.
There are a
People want
couple
that.
things to that too, though. Part of it is your personality, right? Like I'm kind of bossy. I'm a nice bossy. But anyways, we'll ask Jeff about that later.
That's funny.
Okay, so part of it is your personality, and another part of it is what you are learning along the way and what knowledge you've even taken the time to learn from other realtors mostly.
Right.
And then also, if you don't know something, do not pretend.
Don't fake it till you make it.
No.
Nobody should
You
do that.
say, I don't know,
If you're
but
wrong,
I
you're
will
in trouble.
find that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Right.
And when you're first starting out, you say that a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a good line. I'll get back to you on that. Let me find out.
Yep.
To answer that question. We got to take a minute to thank one of our sponsors, Tara. So I'm going to hold the next question and give a shout out to Kerry Leonard. I'm sure you probably know him, being in the housing market in Wichita. And Kerry is the owner of Old Castle Title Company. So he's one of our sponsors for the show. Kerry, I appreciate your sponsorship. Listen, if you're buying or selling a home, title work is a very big deal. And it's a very big deal because that's a lot of money that's being transacted and exchanging hands. And the last thing you want is someone coming up and knocking on your door years later and saying, hey, I still have the rights to your home. My grandpa from 3 generations ago owns that. And you're like, yeah, I don't think so. So that's what a title company is for. They are there to ensure that you have a clean transaction, that there's clear title on the property that you're buying so that you don't have anyone knocking on your door. And if you do, you have insurance with that title company to make that problem go away. So, right?
Yeah,
super important. Yeah. $100,000,
No liens on the
$200,000,
property.
$500,000 moving hands. You need a title company. Businesses use attorneys. And in real estate, we use title companies. So, Kerry, thank you for all your support. We appreciate you and wish the best over at Old Castle. Your team is fantastic. I love working with them. I know my team loves working with them. So, if you're getting ready to close on a home purchase or a home sale, give Kerry and his team at Old Castle a call. Sorry. And tell them Chris from the Mortgage Punk Show sent you. So, thanks for your support, Kerry. All right. So next question. All right. So you are from Arizona. How did you get from there to Kansas? Like, where's that? What's
gonna ask
that
me
story?
that question?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you want to answer that question?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I was young and I fell in love with some guy in Tucson, Arizona, where I was living.
Okay.
Who happened to be from Wichita.
Oh.
And he wanted me to move back here with him, so I
Really?
did.
Okay. Easy enough.
Here I am.
I think that's a pretty common story. I hear that a lot.
Okay, good.
Just getting to know people. I hear that. It's kind of like, what's the name of that movie with Matt Damon? I Met a Girl.
Oh gosh.
It's like a famous movie that him and Ben Affleck did together.
Mm.
What's the name of it? Good Will Hunting.
I just talked about that movie the other day.
I'm going to go see About a Girl.
That's
how the whole movie ends.
You're right.
I'm going to see About a Girl. So
I asked Jeff if we could watch that movie
Pretty
because I just
common tell.
loved that story. Anyways, yes.
Common tell. Okay, so that's what got
It's
you
meant
here
to
to
be here.
Wichita. Yep. What kept you in Wichita?
My children.
Okay.
And I
So-
love Wichita.
You do?
I really do.
Okay.
Yeah. People say, why are you still here? Don't you
What's-
want to move back to Arizona where you're from? No. It's gorgeous there.
Sure.
I took the views and all of that for granted because the mountain was literally
Right.
in my backyard. But I need the seasons.
Okay. That's
And
what
I
you
had
like
never-
about Wichita? You like the seasonality?
I had never had seasons before. Not real ones.
No kidding.
Yep.
Interesting. I was going to ask you, what's the one thing about Wichita that you love the most?
The seasons.
And that's what you
and
say.
all the different weather.
Because you are a coffee fan, but you
Yes.
drink cold coffee, don't you?
I
Or
do
you
most
drink
of the
hot
time.
coffee too.
Well, when it's freezing outside, which I wish it would be right now.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not.
care. I'm
It's,
glad. Bring Arizona weather to Wichita.
No.
Bring it on. Like
No.
that's what That's
want
what
winter.
I wish for.
I
Oh
want to
my
be stuck
goodness.
inside and
You
watch the
do?
snow. Yeah.
And all bundled up.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So when you moved here,
Yep.
what were you doing career-wise?
Oh.
And where did real estate come into play?
Career. Well, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
No, it was terrible. I struggled till I was 30, early 30s before I was given the opportunity to do real estate.
Which you didn't even think you could do.
No, I really was. Well, I'll get my license, but Jeff is the one who encouraged me because, you have to have it in an ideal world. When you start going into real estate, you want to have health insurance and you want to have regular income somehow.
All the perks of like
Yeah.
a corporate career.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. But we don't get that in real estate. We work on commission, as everybody knows. Well, most people
You're
do.
a business owner,
Yeah. So
solopreneur.
when Jeff and I got married in 2011, it'll be 15 years this May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. When we got married, he said, "Why don't you quit your job in HR and get your license?" And I said, "No."
Where
don't
did
know if
that
I
where
could
did
do
that
that.
conversation even come from? Like, why did he
Well,
say that?
So his
Where
dad,
did it even
Jim Maxwell, worked for Berkshire Hathaway in his retirement.
really?
And he
Huh.
he did, he just did it for fun on the side.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so I ended up checking out Berkshire Hathaway through Jim.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that part of your story.
And then I still need to find this out, but somewhere down the line in Jeff's family was Maxwell Realty.
Huh.
And I need to research that. It's crazy I haven't done that yet. But anyways.
Because you wonder if there's more in your family
Yeah, I know Jeff's
that go generations back.
grandmother, they were investors. Like they bought laundromats or something.
Okay. And just
I don't want to tell a story
had
wrong.
multiple businesses.
Yes. Yep.
Essentially.
And we're really successful that way. So it
No
must
kidding.
be intertwined in there somewhere.
So it was because of your father-in-law. That's what brought
Yeah,
the
he's
real
like,
estate
talk to
conversation
Patty
up.
Sanders, my favorite.
Okay.
She's my broker. She has been since I started, which was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I went and talked to her. I very clearly remember that day. And I remember her saying, "Yeah, you can get your license through us." And I was shocked. I don't know why, but it was like a job interview.
Yeah.
And so I did. So I got my license.
Yeah, because you were already,
that was it.
You already assumed that it was out of reach.
Yeah, I don't know
Right?
what I thought
And you
they
went-
were going to be looking for, but I went and studied for my license, took classes. I quit my job in HR
What was the attraction to HR? Why'd you pick?
because I thought I
that
would be
road.
working with a lot of people, and I wasn't.
You're
I
like
was stuck at a computer all day
Yeah.
doing
You're
boring.
like
It was
you're
so
like
boring.
the second or third person I think I've talked to in the last 6 months that has an HR career or had an HR career that did it because that's what you automatically think.
Yeah, you think you're going to work with a lot of people.
HR, lots of people.
Yay. Nope.
That's so
It's
wild.
paper pushing.
Right.
And actually, in real estate, I love the paperwork part.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do. That's why I was in HR. I thought I could work my way up. And then, I mentioned real estate with Jeff, and he's like, "Well, I have health insurance for all of us, so why don't you try it?"
Right.
And then my first year, it definitely wasn't about the money. I really knew I would love the job, which I do, or I wouldn't be here. Trust me, because it's really rough sometimes.
Yeah. But you get to be around people.
I do. All
You got
kinds,
that
all
part of it.
kinds of people. My first year, I did really well. And every year since, I've increased my production and my people
And volume.
load. Yeah.
That's great. Tara, for 13
Volume.
years.
Yeah.
Now you're in the top 100, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
What mistake has taught you the most in real estate so far? In 13 years, you're in the top 100. What mistake taught you the most?
Oh, man. I think, it's going to be more in general because, you know, certain circumstances I can't talk about, but, and they happen to all realtors eventually. Taking things personally,
Mm-hmm.
especially the first few times I had, you know, maybe somebody wasn't happy about something and the way they talked to me, or maybe screamed, or
Right.
yelled
Right.
at me. I took it personally, and I still struggle with that sometimes, mostly because I have really good intentions for all of my clients, whether they're buyers or sellers. And I mean, why else would I be representing somebody?
Right.
I mean, I wholeheartedly love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to like everybody. I want everybody to like me who
Right.
who doesn't want everybody to like
Yeah.
them, right?
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. You're never going to make everybody in a transaction happy every time.
Right. Right.
And so
what mistake? Do you feel like that wouldn't really be a mistake?
because I would have snapped
because
back.
You let it. I see what you're saying.
I took it personally.
Yeah. That's the mistake, is letting it taking it personally and then having to fight against responding the wrong way.
Yeah, because yes, I mean, we don't have bosses, we have brokers, and we, you know, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but there is a difference between someone who's a real estate agent and somebody who's a realtor, because you can choose to be a realtor or you can choose to be a real estate agent. And if you're a realtor, then you are held to a much higher ethics standard of practice is higher. You're held, you know, to the fire a lot more, which is great. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to be, because you're dealing with something that's huge. Right. Somebody purchasing a home or selling their home, and you're dealing with a lot of life situations with all different kinds of people. But back to, you know, trying not to take things personally is really hard, because I know that I'm trustworthy and I know that I have the best intentions for everybody that I'm representing, buyer or seller. But I will say that a lot of the time, clients really don't trust you right away. Right. And they may never feel like they do. Mm-hmm. It's the nature of real estate, no matter how hard you try sometimes. And sometimes, last week I discovered, you know, a particular client that I knew I was never going to make happy. It didn't matter what I did. And Jeff said, listen, you know, I'm venting to Jeff. Mm-hmm. And he said, listen, you're not going to make them happy. Right. Don't even try. No, all of your explaining and rehashing is not going to change her mind. Right. So you cannot take it personally. So what do you do? What helps you? Well, what do you do? It depends on the situation. In this particular situation, I did have to say, I realize that you hired me and I'm your buyer's agent, and I'm really doing that job for you. And I care. Yeah. But I will not be treated that way at the same time. Right. So you draw boundaries. Yes. Just like that helps you in any job. Sure. Or in any partnership in business. If somebody treats you a certain way, just because you were hired doesn't necessarily mean you don't have a right to say, I'm not going to be treated like that. Yeah. Does that help? It does. It does. Yep. Instead of, you know. It sets the right expectation, I'm sure. It does. So that your client knows. Most of the time it does. And I would say once every couple of years I have to do that. Right. But, yep. That's how part of the job. How you fight it. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I want to take a quick break to mention one of our other sponsors for the podcast, which is Jason Hancock. He is a fantastic home inspector. He's with Pillar to Post Home Inspections. So before you buy a home, you do need the truth, not guesswork, about your property condition. So Jason with Pillar to Post Home Inspections brings clarity to one of the biggest decisions, like we just talked about, that you'll ever make. They're thorough, professional, and great at explaining what actually matters versus what doesn't. Good inspection gives you leverage, confidence, and peace of mind. That's why Pillar to Post is the gold standard. Jason's awesome. I know him. Don't know if you've run across him in your business or not, but
he just does a fantastic job. He does quality work. He cares about people and what he does. So if you're looking for a great home inspector, call Jason and tell him Chris from the Mortgage Punk Show sent you his way. All right, Tara, you
Yes.
ready to roll here?
Yes.
Okay, good. What do you do now in your business that you did not do 12 years ago? 11,
wow.
12 years ago. What do you do now
I got to think back.
that you didn't do then? And how has that impacted your business in whatever direction?
Lots of follow-up
Okay.
is what I do now.
Okay.
A lot of follow-up. I have automated follow-up through mailings. I like to do mailings because I'm old school that way.
Great.
Or handwrite notes.
Do you get
And
people
mail them.
that respond to that?
Yeah, I think it just
And we'll say thank
holds
you
the. Well, people don't write things back. No.
Do you get any
Yeah,
feedback
sure.
at
A
all?
text message. Yep. Or I'll, remember someone's birthday, or I just like to keep the. I
Personal
make a lot
touch.
of friends when I'm in, doing my job. There are a lot of people that I still want to talk to or see years later or months later. So, or I
Right.
follow them on Facebook and mail them a baby gift or things like that.
So when you say follow-up, is that
Mhm.
what you're talking about?
Yes,
that
more
kind
personal
of follow-up?
things. Yep.
Okay. So in other words, you used to, tell me if I'm wrong or right on this, but it
Yeah.
sounds to me like when you started in the industry, maybe things were a little more transactional.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
for sure.
they've become
Yep.
relational.
Yes, because
And that follow-up is the
Mhm.
bridge between transaction versus
Yes.
personal
because I know what I'm doing now.
relationship. Yeah.
In the job part.
Do you feel like you've hit the
transaction part.
apex of,
Ooh.
I'm a real realtor now. I know
Yes,
things.
it's weird. Yeah, I do know my job.
Like that knowledge impossibility.
Mhm. It changes all the time, though. That is one thing. Sometimes I'm shocked when I learn something
New.
that I'm like, what? Yeah, and yeah, new.
Well, you've done enough transactions
And
now
there's
in your
just
career
too
that
many,
you've seen a lot.
There's so many nuances in this job that people don't realize.
Yep.
It is not showing houses and making an offer. That's
Right.
like the first 5 minutes of the transaction,
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
There's a lot more to it
yeah.
than that.
Yep.
Have you had to share that with new realtors that you
Mhm.
either have worked with or
Oh, yeah.
have come across?
Yep. Like Ian on my team.
Do you think that that's what they come into the industry thinking? Is this just a matter of just opening the door and letting
I think
people in
so.
houses almost?
Yes.
And that's kind of the,
Mhm. Or a lot of people think, well, I'm going to make a lot of money. You can ultimately.
you can make a
But-
lot of money doing it, just about anything.
Yeah,
If
today
you
is
really
right. Exactly.
put some ingenuity into it and work
Um,
hard.
But if you're doing it for the money, you will fail. you will not keep going because it is not an easy job.
Mm-mm.
I remember 2 years ago? I've lost track. 3 years ago when interest rates were so low and there was this huge influx of new agents. And I remember one day saying to Jeff, who are these
Where are
people?
all these
Like, I
people
don't
coming-
even know who I'm talking to anymore.
Yeah.
When I want to schedule a showing and I have questions and I'm like, I don't know this name. I don't,
Sure.
but it would be like 5 names in a row. And, but I heard through the grapevine, a lot of people thought this is going to be so easy because look how fast these houses are selling. There's multiple offers on the
Order
house.
taking.
I'm like, yeah, there's 12 offers on one property
Mm-hmm.
for $200,000. You
Right.
know, a little dinky property, and that is a nightmare. And if you don't know what you're doing as a seller's agent, every little tiny nuance matters and can make a huge difference if you don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
You think that a lot of those people are still around in the
No.
industry?
No, and that's what I was getting to. They're not. So that time was wild and crazy. And I remember a lot of faces that, even came over to our brokerage. They didn't last because it was not that was the most difficult year in real estate for me, at least. And I've heard other agents say the same thing. It was hard
the
for our
competition
buyers. Oh my
was
gosh.
so
yes.
saturated.
Yep.
It's the same in my industry. people want
Yeah.
come do
Lots of
all
new
this sling
companies.
loans and do mortgages. And
Yes.
I'm just like you. I don't like that. I like it when the market shifts and flushes all of those players out because they're not in the top 100.
Well, no. It was scary to see all of that. But, it's business. I understand why they would see.
Sure. Yeah.
They should try.
Well, let's talk about for a minute. I want to shift gears here and I want to talk about mindset here for a minute with you. And since you just said that real estate is not a get rich quick scheme, I agree with you.
No.
But you also said on the other side of that coin, you can definitely build wealth and make really good money in real estate. So I have every once in a while, I will thumb through social and I will see these inspiring bullet points like,
a meme.
How to up your game in some way, shape, or form. So I've got one up here that I'm looking at right now. I'm going to throw a couple points out at you, and I want you to tell me what comes to mind when you hear this. So this is titled "How to Develop a Millionaire Mindset." Okay, so this is like how
I don't have that,
how
honestly.
people who win, in business and in money and make lots of money and build wealth and things like that. This is supposed to be their mindset.
Gotcha.
So tell me if you agree or disagree. So here's number one. See wealth first in your mind. Visualize future success. That's number one.
If I agree or disagree?
Yeah. What do you think about it? Or talk to that point. Like, what do you think about it? I heard the other day from a realtor, by the way, from a good realtor, from a top producing realtor, that the human mind cannot tell the difference between reality and like what if you're daydreaming. It doesn't know. It thinks it's all
you're saying.
Real. So that's where I think that's where this comes from is visualizing yourself as wealthy would trick your mind into not knowing the difference between whether that's reality or
then
not.
you're gonna.
And then would that change your behavior? That would.
Of course, it would. So it would change your behavior.
What do you think about that?
I don't focus on that stuff, but I can see. Yeah, I mean, if you make a dream, and you make maybe a vision board or something like that. Oh yeah, I think it's more than likely you'll get there. Because you're going to make micro decisions all day long that are going to steer you
in that direction.
That way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you don't want to do something, you do it anyways.
What I like about that point is, I was just talking about this with someone else today, where another agent that you and I saw in passing coming in the door to the podcast studio was talking about how people will walk up and say she's lucky. And we were talking about.
I did hear that a lot too.
Yeah. So.
Or must be nice. People like to say that. It must be nice.
But you just said.
Really?
But you just said, you could see how if someone puts an image in front of themselves of where they want to go, what they want to do, they're probably going to start changing behaviors, micro behaviors is kind of what you said.
Yeah.
That could very
even
well
subconsciously
lead them right to the very thing, right? I don't think it's magic.
No, it's not luck.
But I think if I want to go to the ocean,
must be nice.
I will start doing things to plan, save.
Yeah, save money.
I'm going there, whether I'm there or not, right?
Yep.
So when she said people walk up to me and say you're lucky, I think no, you just have habits and behaviors and disciplines that you implement every day that get you have gotten you from point A to point B. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Tara? Okay, here's number 2. Focus on what you consistently think about. Your brain finds what you focus on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Focus on what you consistently think about.
Yeah.
Is that just being laser focused on something? Right?
Well, and not necessarily that, but I mean, you can go down a rabbit hole of being negative or being positive.
Okay, so
which one are you going to be?
Either direction.
Yeah. It's easier to be negative. But there are times where I do that a lot, where I'll say, geez, you're really saying a lot of negative stuff in your head today.
Okay, so
let's not do that.
So here's the big point I really wanted to lead up to, and you you just kind of led into it by what you just said. Here's the next one. Problems create opportunities.
Oh, yeah. Well, if
Crisis can reveal hidden chances. That's what the subtitle says.
Oh, crisis.
Problems create opportunities.
Yes.
So.
Oh, yeah. They can, if you think of it that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's a way of thinking.
You just said other people can bury themselves in problems, right?
Right. Or whine and complain and blame everybody else. And you can keep doing that and follow that path, but it's just going to make it worse. And I think we all know that.
Have you had a moment in your life and in your career where you encountered a huge crisis that could very well bury someone?
Yes.
And that crisis became a launch pad for something, for like a beauty from ashes, like a silver lining.
I really like to think it's a personality or who you are inherently. Unfortunately, I think you can learn those things. But I think not everybody's personality can do that.
Okay.
I mean, actually, and going back to some, real estate subjects too, I meet so many different people. I'm not sure there are a lot of businesses like ours, careers like ours, where you're meeting so many different people in really heightened emotional moments of their life.
Yeah. Which real estate purchase is.
Yeah. And it's not even necessarily that. Maybe they're going through a divorce.
Other things going. Yeah.
Maybe they're getting married. Maybe they just found out they're having a baby and they didn't expect to have to sell, or job changes. So
right.
I have run into so many different personalities that I would like to say, and I can read people really well pretty quickly. I'm not always right, obviously. And I like to see the best in everybody, which is kind of to my detriment sometimes.
Well, but that's a good trait though, I think.
And then the not nice Tara might come out. But anyways, I have a fine line you don't want to cross sometimes, you know, like everybody. But my point is, I think a lot of it is who you are inherently. Like, this is going to sound really cheesy.
Okay.
But like, what is your soul like?
Like who you are as a person?
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it well, but it's really true. I mean, well, I'm going to be
like who you are.
47, so I feel like I've had enough time to meet a lot of people, judge a lot of character. I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I've had moments. But if you do run into a crisis of some kind, I almost said, and you're forced to deal with it, who you are is going to determine how you deal with it. And you can either choose to make it woe is me and wah wah. And
so you're kind of saying who you are is going to come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the crisis squeezes you out of the box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a really big crisis in 2020. The whole world was having a crisis.
And you had a bigger one.
I had both. So in January of 2020, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. So TNBC, if you want to hashtag that. When I found the lump in my breast, it was stage 3C ultimately, which was really bad. That was January of 2020. And then the first week of March, the whole world was shutting down because of COVID. So when I started chemotherapy right away and all my other treatments, a lot of my good friends were there the first couple of, times, and then we weren't allowed to bring anybody with us, and I was still working.
Right.
But back to the diagnosis. So when I found the lump, I went in and had a mammogram done. And get your mammogram done. If you are even like 35 to 40, pay for it out of pocket. Especially triple negative breast cancer is a young person's breast cancer. It's below 40 years old. And mine had been growing for probably a couple years, they thought. Maybe a year, because it's highly aggressive. But anyway, when I had the biopsy done that day, because I was very assertive, I made the doctor stay past hours and they did the biopsy. I had to wait till Monday or Tuesday to get the results. And I walked in to get the results because they said, no, we can't just give them to you. You have to meet with your oncologist first and he'll tell you. And I said, no, I'm coming to the office and I'm going to pick up my results.
You're determined.
So I walked in and Ellen, my nurse, she's awesome. She's the one that found it, by the way. I love Ellen.
Wow.
She handed me an envelope like this and she said, whatever you do, do not Google this. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go home and Google. And at the time, my youngest, Claire, was, oh my gosh, how old was she? 6? She was 6 at the time. And then my oldest daughter was 16 and my son was 13. And so I went home and Googled when they were all in bed. And the statistics for triple negative breast cancer, especially my stage and the grade of the tumor that was on the pathology report, said I wasn't going to survive past 5 years. And I'm here. So it was very hard, but I worked the entire time.
You did.
And I did.
No, I know you did.
Yeah.
I'm saying you did.
I worked the whole time.
I know that. I remember.
And,
I was there.
every year I had
clear,
more and more clients, which was good.
Right? And it's
I've been in remission for 5 years now.
Cancer free.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I mean, that's what we say. Yes.
I don't think I remember a time, Tara, where you changed. Like, I don't remember you just taking that crisis and blowing up on everyone else over it, or taking your
I had my own moments by
struggles
myself
or whatever. Like, you were the same Tara, and you just kept going.
Yeah.
And you kept doing real estate. And
Yes.
you kept doing what you do good. And I just don't even remember any break in inconsistency with you,
Thanks.
with who you are. I think when that squeezed you, you were the same Tara that I've always known.
Thanks. There have been a lot of other times in my life before that where, I've had to settle in the fact that something is hard or I don't have parents around or I don't, or I had to go through a divorce I didn't want to go through and, have 2 little ones by myself. So there were a lot of things. Or my mom died when I was 5.
You have a lot.
So my whole life,
crisis.
Yeah. I've just, first of all, I know that I've never been alone, even though I'm physically alone, which sounds really corny again, but I don't really care because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that God has always been with me. I mean, and nobody took me to church. I didn't go to church growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. My parents never took us to church, but I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wasn't by myself from when I was little on.
After losing your mom.
After losing my mom. Yeah. And my dad worked a lot and he remarried a year later and he was kind of disconnected.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be? So I've had to learn to be
resilient.
Yeah. Resilient forcibly most of the time.
Yeah.
So back to the real estate part of that.
Do you think that's the good part? I mean, there's nothing good about a crisis, but good can come out of it, right?
Oh, I've thought about all the tiny little things
Do you think that being resilient and things of those kinds of traits are what have come out of this? Or has there been other things
this
turned
can
into
go
a silver
a
lining?
lot of different
Sure.
ways.
Yeah.
But in real estate, I do get frustrated with other people sometimes because I don't know people well that I work with until I go down the line with them. But I get frustrated oftentimes because things that are such a big deal to some people, to me, is silly.
Aren't to others.
Yeah. And in the big scheme of things, I can't wrap my head around it. So I do try to have patience with that. But on the other hand, I don't have patience for that.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm still going to have clients back, I sometimes that frustrates me because we might not be here tomorrow. Not to sound cheesy for the third time, but
everybody loves your cheesy comments, Tara. We're going to call this the cheese episode.
Good.
Cheesy. No, we're not.
Can it be brie cheese? Brie is my favorite.
Listen, we got to take a real quick break for a second. Thank a sponsor, Daniel Keeley and Hunter over at Keeley Roofing. They are one of the Mortgage Punk show sponsors.
I love Keeley Roofing for sure.
They do a great job, don't they?
Yeah.
Roof issues are never fun, but they don't have to be stressful. And Daniel, Hunter, and their team over there at Keeley Roofing are the people I trust. And I'm not just saying that. I'm serious when it comes to protecting your home from the top down.
They work really well with insurance companies too.
Yeah. They're just quality.
Warranty.
Like Daniel runs a quality
Lots of issues that
company.
a lot of roofers don't bother to deal with that they do deal with really well. Yep.
So if you've got storm damage, repairs that you need, full replacements, they're going to be honest, responsive, and they know how to work with insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Tara was mentioning here.
Deal.
So your roof is first line of defense. So reach out to Hunter. That's who you'd want to call with Keeley Roofing and tell them that Chris from the Mortgage Punk Show sent you. If you need to have your roof checked out, if you have not had your roof looked at in over a year, I would just call them and have them come look at it. Don't quote me on this, but I don't think they charge anything just to come look at your roof and then go from there. So, but just call Hunter and ask him. And then if I'm wrong, then you can tell him to come give me a hard time. So, all right. Thanks, Keeley Roofing. Love you guys. You're the best. All right. Back to our problems create opportunities. So you do agree with that statement?
Yep.
And I think what they're getting at is people who achieve those levels of success don't let problems bury them. They see them the other way.
Yeah. Right.
They see them as opportunities.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
It's
cool the stuff you can come up with if you look at it that way.
Well, it is, and don't you think that those become like the best story? I mean, those become like the David Goliath stories.
Yes,
right. Like,
that's
my goodness, you almost lost everything.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of stubborn.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm really stubborn. Sometimes God will throw stuff at me, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't see that." And then He's like, "All right, well, here's something else."
Yeah. Yeah, you have gone through.
And then in hindsight, you can see, oh, I'm so glad that happened.
If you could say, and this might sound crazy, but if you could say, I don't wish that I've gone through the things I've gone through that are very hard and trying in life.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, I'm actually glad in a sense because it did what? It did this for me.
Oh.
It made me this way.
Well, I try to
if
be.
I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't be here. You know, what is it for you?
I'm not letting you finish your questions. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, I already know the answer to that is paying attention to what's happening right now, which is really hard to do. It's still hard even when you're thinking about it constantly, because I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm constantly thinking, God, I didn't even do that much today. I didn't hang out with Claire enough today, or I was mean to Jeff. I'm constantly thinking, I wasted today. How can I not do that? Or the next day I'll be like, okay, it's a new day. I'm going to do better today because time is so short.
It's made you like appreciate and value every moment of every day.
I'm always analyzing what did I get done today, and not productively,
and like make it count
necessarily.
Well, relationship
make it
wise,
count. Yeah,
your
spend
kids,
time with my friends,
your husband. Yeah, so that's what. If you could look back and say, I don't wish this on anyone, but it's changed my life.
Yeah, it kind of narrows
in a good way.
Your thoughts. Like I put way more intention on taking trips with my friends, like road trips or things like that, or apologizing faster. I've thought about things I did that I don't necessarily like back when I was in my late teens or early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you analyze your whole life and you want to go back and think about those things that still bother you. and maybe make amends, or also do things differently now. I just heard yesterday, I wish I hadn't seen it on Facebook because it was kind of frustrating, but it was somebody saying how someone who's like 60 years old is already 75% done with their life. I was like, okay, I really don't want to.
You don't want to live like
I don't
that.
want to know that. I don't want to look at it that way. But I know all too well that you can just go to the doctor one day and then you
Everything can
live the
change.
next 2 or 3 years thinking you're almost done.
That's
and-
crazy, Tara.
So
Sorry you had to go through that.
it's okay. There's people with way
you
worse
bounced
things.
right back. That's for sure. It makes me think of that Mike Tyson quote. Have you heard the Mike Tyson quote?
Maybe.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
I've
you heard
not
that?
heard that. No.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
How could you help the listeners of this episode? These moments of crisis, trial, whatever you want to call them in life.
Everybody.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can entirely prepare and plan for them.
Totally not. You cannot.
But
You will not. And you'll always have
Is there
trials.
anything you can do? Is there anything you can do,
Change your mindset.
or is there not? And it just, when it happens, you hope for the best. I don't know. What would you?
Oh, you
how would
can't
you
hope
speak
for
to
the
that?
best.
Okay,
You have to be positive.
so you change your mindset.
Yeah. Physiologically, it's important too. If it was a medical crisis, that's important. And I'm not saying you can save your life by being positive, but
Right.
it's a big part of it.
How do you be positive in a negative crisis? What do you do? Do you have anything that you do that helps you? Any? I don't know.
I use a lot of my experiences to put it into perspective. Maybe if you haven't been through something big, which sometimes I wonder when people are nasty or obsessed with some
If
tiny
they've
little
been
problem.
through something.
I always say to Jeff, apparently they've never been through anything, and that must be nice.
I see
but,
what you're saying. Yeah. Right.
Is that, put it in perspective, or think about someone who has been through something big if you haven't.
Yep.
And say, is this really worth like completely stressing out over, or ruining your whole day over, or being nasty to somebody over? No.
I don't think we've talked about this. This is probably going to be called the vulnerability episode.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've had an in-depth conversation, but I'm glad I have, and here's why. Because if you're watching and you're a business owner, or you're an entrepreneur, you're interested in something like that, or you're a real estate agent, which I would call you an entrepreneur and a business owner, these are things, like real things, that I'm glad we're talking about, because it's like Tara said, you're going to get knocked around. You go into real estate,
A lot.
you go into business, you're going to get knocked around. You're going to be, I was just blown away I was watching over the Christmas break, me and my family rewatched one of our favorite movies, The
Christmas Story?
The Greatest Showman.
Oh, that's
So
not a Christmas
I know
movie.
it's not a Christmas movie, but we love The Greatest Showman.
I
So
do. The music is awesome.
it's fantastic. But do you know, like me and Keisha were reading, actually really it was more Keisha, because she always looks back at the history of everything
That's
when
what
we
Jeff
watch a movie.
does when he watches a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so she looks back at the history. Did you know that the founder of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, do you that movie is,
loosely based on the true
loosely,
story?
loosely based on. Do you know that he had not one fire that burned his circus thing down? There was two. They rebuilt it. It burned down again.
Oh, Lord.
And what really blows my mind, this is my favorite part of the Greatest Showman. So if anyone is watching this episode, you love The Greatest Showman, here's my favorite part. My favorite part is at the very end, when everything has been burnt to the flipping ground, it literally catapulted him into the tent idea. And look at what that did.
Yeah. Yep, that's a circus.
Everywhere.
Yep.
And that is the circus. And it just blows my mind how you could be, if I was him or someone else in that position, could be watching your business burn to the ground. Would you ever stop and think, this is the best thing that's ever happened because now it's going to take my circus and make it
Right.
worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a beauty from ashes. Total
Literally.
story.
Yes.
So I'm glad we're talking about this, Tara, and I appreciate you taking a minute to be more vulnerable, share some of your pain, because that's business. I think business
That too
is full of
Well, and you
getting
know
knocked
me.
around, losing, winning, losing again, winning. I mean, it's not.
Yeah. Real estate is definitely a roller coaster.
It's not an easy ride.
What I was going to say is, you know me, like the business part of real estate, I always say to you, I'm not good at the business part. The business I do, I'm good at. But you always like to ask me along the year, what's your production so far? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea.
I don't look at it.
I don't care to, or my broker will say, let's meet up and make a goal for what do you want to do for the next. Like I'm busy. Like I'm just doing my job.
Trenches.
You know me, I don't keep track of that stuff. And I love that because there are realtors who are awesome at the business side. Bobby Lane, I wish I could be like that. I'm just not. It's not
Jeff's more
how I
I
am.
think
Jeff is the one,
that mentality, right?
He likes statistics and
metrics.
Yes, measuring things and what if this. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm dealing with the people and I'm writing cards.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm doing.
I love
and
it.
I'm keeping track of the business in that way. I wish I could be more building something really big, like Bobby Lane is doing, but I just am not. I like to spend a lot of time doing my hobbies too. So I do a lot of that stuff on the side.
You kind of got to decide what you want to do, and kind of like that.
I wish
I
could do everything, but
envision where you want to go, and just do what you want. Do what you want to do, whatever that is. You want to build an empire, build an empire. You want to build a house, build a house.
Right.
Whatever. There's no right or wrong.
No.
I need to do one last shout out to one more sponsor before we close the show. That sponsor would be TW Custom Homes. I want to thank Travis over at TW Custom Homes for sponsoring the show. If you are in the market to build, you want to build a new home, you want to build a new development, or you want to build out in a field somewhere with 5 acres or on 10 acres, and you want to work with a builder that is a go-getter and that can build anything from traditional homes to very modern home styles. Travis is definitely a great builder in the market to work with on building your next home. So for more info, just holler at Travis. Tell him Chris from the Mortgage Punk Show sent you. And Travis, thanks for sponsoring the show. Okay, how are we going to end this episode, Tara? This is like mega heavy. This is like mega heavy episode.
Did I talk about real estate?
Spin in a light note or spin it off into some sort of a light note? I could
talk about so many things with real estate, but that would be another episode,
Maybe another episode.
Yeah.
If you could give everyone watching this episode, whether they're a realtor or not a realtor, a piece of Tara advice.
Oh man.
About anything.
Anything?
It can be a popcorn and rainbows or real estate and housing or why Jeff likes metrics and it drives you nuts. I don't know. Whatever.
I think the world today is just moving way too fast. I think everybody needs to slow down and not take everything so seriously. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
be resilient, bounce back.
I'll still be doing real estate.
Tara will be doing real estate
on that note.
She will be doing real estate, and I will still be bugging her and hanging out with her and her husband, Jeff, who is the other part of her real estate operation.
Yes, and Ian. Don't forget Ian.
And Ian. Yep. So anyhow, Tara, thanks for being on the Mortgage Punk Show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sharing your story. I love your story. I love your heart, love your family, I love your business, and you care about people.
Yes,
and
definitely.
You have never changed throughout some serious and heavy trials. And I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks
for being on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Mortgage Punk Show. Stay tuned. We'll have another great guest next time. And I'm going to be rolling out a solo episode of just moi. talking about stuff.
Surprise.
So stay tuned for more of that. Thanks for watching the show. I'm Chris with Mortgage Punk out.